welcome, the rap session by Janae, the introduction of the speaker, the guest speaker, snacks will be served, a breakout section, an activity, and closed remarks by Janae. And now, let me read the bio of our guest speaker. Her name is Miss LaTanya OKelly, and she's a publicist at the OKelly. So let's welcome Miss LaTanya.
Hello. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Okay, my name is LaTanya OKelly, and I'm a publicist. Does anybody know what a publicist is?
It's something to do with social media and the news.
That's part of it. That is part of it. I represent people, products. If you have a business, you have a product, talent, or service, you need exposure. So what I do is help my clients get exposure. I do that through social media. That is one means. Another means is press releases, events like this, and we'll talk more about that later. How many of you have social media? Yeah, I was going to say everybody needs to raise their hands. It's a test story. Okay, so what I want to talk to you a little bit about today, I know you guys this year goal setting. So with that, you might think, how does that fit into you as a publicist and your thing? Well, because depending on what your social media looks like is how you're getting your brand out there. Does anybody know what a brand is? Okay, homeschooler.
Basically, your brand is something that you represent, I guess.
Exactly. So each of you are your brand. When you leave your house every day, you represent yourself, you represent your families. Now that you're part of this organization, you represent this organization. So not to make it seem really overwhelming, but when you think of yourself moving forward from today, your goal should be to make sure that your social media and your brand is something that you can be proud of. One of my guests that I'm bringing up, her name is Miss Alicia Burrows, and she was the brand manager for my client, her daughter Singleton. Miss Burrows. And the reason why I wanted to bring her, because when Singleton started modeling, she was 14. She also was homeschooling. I just wanted her to kind of share her experience before the OKelly Factor and after, because a lot of it was, understanding that you are a brand, understanding, because I think if you have that in your mind, then you're going to move a little different. So Alicia, can you just tell them first of all your experience when Singleton was 14, like just getting started? Because I know the young lady's a singer, and I don't know what everybody else's aspirations are, but Janae, you have an organization, so you're going to want to get a lot of exposure as well. So can you just tell her, like, getting started, just the first thing of getting started with Singleton?
Good morning, ladies. Thank you for having me today. When I started with my daughter modeling at 14, it was just her and I trying to do it on our own and trying to figure out what should we do, how should we navigate social media, put her on, because once you put yourself out there, you are literally out there. There is no way to take back anything that's said, anything that's posted. So we were just kind of doing it on our own, but not really understanding that world. And then maybe a year later after we started modeling, we met LaTanya. And that kind of completely changed the way we were putting my daughter on social media. She took over all of her social media at that point. She managed it, she posted on it, and to this day she's still doing that to some extent. But it was very, very different when you're trying to brand yourself and putting yourself out there. What's said, the images that you have out there, even when my daughter was taking pictures with photographers, we have no control over that once that photo's taken. So at that point, she helped us to understand that you're putting your image out there, your face, whether you have on clothes, don't have on clothes, all of that makes a difference because you can never take that back once it's out there in the world of social media.
Right.
Also, the jobs that my daughter did, we started looking into the jobs, finding out who are these people we're doing these fashion shows with, who are these photographers that we're doing the jobs with. It made a difference when you're actually branding yourself. And to this day, my daughter's 21 now, she's still modeling, not as much because she's in college, but to this day, we still have her where she's branding herself. Everything that she puts on social media is a representation of herself. And I'll show you guys some of her page later, but it makes a difference. I mean, the things that are said, the people that you're communicating with even, is all a part of your brand.
Right, and that's a good thing to mention too, is that when you put stuff out there, what you say, just because you think you delete it, it's not gone. I'm sure if you pay attention to any of the blogs or anything, they will screenshot it and it'll be there forever. So I always tell my clients, and I know she got tired of hearing this all the time, is if you feed it, it'll grow. If you starve it, it'll die. So I know a lot of times people get, the reason why I started doing my clients' social media was because if they're singers, artists, models, sometimes they get in their feelings about their art. So if they would post a song and nobody liked it, then they would go ham on them like, I don't believe you don't like my song. Well, that's part of the business. Whereas if I'm handling it, I'm going to be very objective and post something positive. So like Janae, if you know, being that you have this, I'm using you because this is your organization. Just say for instance, somebody said something, and instead of you replying to what they said, all you would have to do is post the event today of the positive things you're doing. So eventually the negative's going to go away. If you feed into that and you keep going back and forth, they want that energy and it'll keep going. But if you just be quiet, either don't say nothing, definitely don't respond to it, but just post something else to give everybody else, because believe it or not, people are watching. There have been so many clients that I've gotten where they've never clicked a like, they've never commented, but they watch me. They watch how I move. So trust and believe they're watching how you move, especially you, because you have this positive youth organization. And so there's some people that are really excited about it, want to be a part, and there's some that want to be a part but don't know how. So rather than say something positive and nice about it, they might get something a little funky. If that's the case, you just leave them there. Don't delete, because again, that's still giving them energy. You just post something positive. And now that you guys are connected, if you're not following each other on social media, you should. Because you guys can kind of help each other in those instances. If you see somebody saying something about your sister, then you comment something positive underneath that to make that go away. You see what I'm saying? So I'm excited about the fact that you have created this at such a young age. I commend you, because again, you hear a lot in the media about our young girls. You hear a lot of things going on just about our community as a whole. So for you to step up and say, you know what, I see this and I want to help in some kind of way is amazing. You ladies to be here, to be a part of this is amazing, because life is hard. And I know you're in high school and some days is great, some days suck. But that's why I wanted you to be understanding and be aware of your brand. Because if you get it now, then by the time you get to college, I promise you, my daughter and her daughter, they're the same. They're both juniors in college, and when you go to look for a job, that's where they look. They go to your social media. I saw a news story the other day where it was crazy to me. I don't know if you saw it, where they actually said that if you didn't put your social media on the application, that if you got the job, they showed a boss literally standing behind an employee and told them to pull up. You know, because sometimes you think, okay, if I don't put my personal name, my real name on there, you know, no, they said go to your social media. We want to see it, because they are connecting their brand to yours. And so if you have a job at like Coke or something like that, they don't want somebody that got crazy stuff on there, you know, they're smoking, they're doing all these different things, and they won't hire you. So that works for college as well. They ask for that information on the applications. They want your social media because they want to know where you are, because you can tell them anything. You can say, I'm this great kid or whatever, and then they go to your social media and it's all kind of stuff. So again, my challenge to you today for your goals is to clean it up. If it's not there already, just make it to where you're proud that if somebody says, well, can I see your social media, that you'll be happy to do it. Plus, again, you're your brand. So you're sharing this organization with other people. Would it be something that they would be proud to see? Or would it be something to where like, okay, I can't come to that organization because that girl, look at that stuff she put in over there. I can't connect with that. So that is my challenge to you guys. I know you guys have activities that you usually do. So hopefully by the next month or whatever, Janae, maybe follow up and just see, you know, has anybody changed their social media? And that, I don't mean to somebody you're not. Still be you and be organic. But make it something to where you're aware of your brand. Oh, and there is the power of the hashtags, especially today, I'm telling you. Social, all of this stuff, you want your numbers to grow. You want people that normally wouldn't see you, because it can be a global situation. All you have to do is make sure your hashtags are in line with what you're saying, because what it does is it puts you in a loop of situations that people that normally wouldn't know because you're local will find you. And so that is, go ahead.
I also am a company director of a dance studio called Dream Big Dance Studio. And I follow each and every student in that company, because we're a company. That dance company is a brand. That's a brand. When you perform, it's a brand. And you're representing yourself as well as the dance company. So I follow all the students, and if I see something on their social media, I'll be like, hey, what was that? Because you're representing yourself as well as the company that you are performing for. Mm-hmm. And so it's very important, even as a student, and you think, oh, I could just post whatever I want. Well, no, because when we do a show, 400 or 500 people are seeing you at that show. They remember that you had this crazy post on your page. So even when you're representing another company, or like sports or anything, or dance even, it makes a difference even on what you're posting at that time as well.
And also, depending on what do you guys, like, I know she's a singer, I know what your product is, you're going to share with them a little bit, I know what yours is. Is there something outside of hobby or something that you like to do?
I've been doing acting.
Oh, great, okay.
Acting work.
Okay.
I was on a movie set
Cool.
a few months ago.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get my brand out there, like you said.
Okay.
My agent, her name is Lisa.
Okay.
And she's like putting my stuff out there.
Nice.
So, and then I met some woman on set, her name was Latoya.
Okay.
And she's trying to build up my Instagram, so
Good.
I can.
So you've heard this, and this is confirming
Yeah.
what you already know. Awesome. Okay. And so, Miss Singer, so have you done any videos on your Instagram or your social media? Do you have YouTube? Yes.
No.
Okay, you should start a YouTube channel. I went to a conference and it changed my life because the guy from Google said to create a YouTube channel.
Here's the thing with YouTube.
Huh?
Here's the thing with YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube is like, besides Instagram,
Mhm.
it's big now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's becoming a problem where when it comes to comments, I just can't handle it.
Okay, you can't. Okay, but see, that's good that you know that about yourself. So then don't do that right now because you are open to, on anything, you're going to be open to comments. So if you're not at that stage, then you're right. You know yourself not to do that. But when you get to the point of where you really want to share and get it out there, that's the way you're going to have to get it out. And you're going as an artist. I don't know. Are you self-taught or how are you? Like, is someone helping you, a vocal coach or all of that?
Besides chorus,
Mm-hmm. Okay, because what I'm saying to you, if this is the industry you want to get into, you're really going to have to develop a thick skin. Everybody's not going to love your stuff, but there are some people that are going to think you're amazing. So, and I don't think right now, like you said, I don't think there's a way that you can stop the comments on YouTube, but I would definitely still you just kind of work to that because what they're saying, with the guy at Google was saying that YouTube, like you said, it's huge. And so if you want the opportunities, you as an actor, you should do some scenes. If you haven't done monologues, those are some things you should consider doing. They don't have to be long, and you can Google and find whatever, if it's comedy, drama, whatever you're into, you can find those and just do it on camera. And even for you sing, you could do it for yourself just so that you can be comfortable in that space. And then just one day you will get there and feel like that is something you can do. Or even if you've performed, have them videotape that. But you're going to have to kind of develop the point to where it doesn't matter. You get out there, you do your best, and you rock out. Because the person that's supposed to be there for you, they're going to come and find you. The rest of them, they just hate because they can't do what you do. That's all. I mean, that's my professional opinion. So, anyway. But yeah, so that's kind of basically what we wanted to talk about. One more thing. Now that we're going to go more with the dance studio because, Singleton's in college now, and there's more moving pieces with that because you have boys, girls, and all that good stuff. Can you talk about getting prepared for, like, the productions? Like, it's a lot of work, and the reason why I think this is relevant because when you talk about goal setting, they're actually getting ready for their June production, which I'm sure she'll invite everybody to go to. But, and they're amazing, and they have the little babies all the way through. So for you, trying to get all of them together in terms of goals, and the reason where I'm going with this is like because you have like now through June when you guys do this. So how do you, because you have students that are homeschooled, because Singleton was homeschooled too, that are homeschooled, that go to public school, whatever, how can they as teenagers or students keep in line with their goals, whether it's under the group of a brand or just kind of simply, because you dealt with both. You dealt with Singleton, because she graduated with 4.0, so modeling and everything, so I'm just saying. But yeah, so is there any tips or anything that you can share with them?
Not really tips, but more just you set a goal. Like if you know you want to be a singer, then everything you do is going in that direction of being a singer. You research, you plan, and you do not let school slide by the wayside because you think you want to be a singer. At the end of the day, you still have to go to school and get the best grade you can possibly get. And we encourage that with all of our students. And a lot of the dance students were homeschooled because they're busy. They're some of them do Broadway plays and some of them do acting and singing, and so they're busy. So a lot of them are homeschooled, but school is #1 top priority. But we still encourage them to, if you want to dance, these are the things you're going to have to do to dance. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to know what different dance genres you want to be involved in. Those things are very important, and I'm sure you understand that even with acting.
Yeah.
Like, you have to, just because you want to be an actress don't mean you don't sing and dance.
Right.
You still have to know how to do all those things, because you can book a job or they could not book a job for you based on the fact that you just can't do one term. You know, so you want to know, you want to be well-rounded, and we encourage that with all of our students in the dance studio. And sometimes there are some kids who really want to dance professionally, and there are some kids who just want to do this just while I'm in school, in high school and junior high school, and then not really trying to do a career with it. It does not matter to us. We don't care if you want to do this for the rest of your life or just for the next 4 years. You're going to be the best at it while you're attending the dance studio, because that's what we encourage. And it's a way of setting a goal for yourself. Even when you go outside of dance or any other interested things you're interested in doing, you still set a goal for yourself. Like, I'm going to be the best at this for the next 2 years while I'm here. It's just, you know, it's just that simple.
And I think too, before we bring on our next guest, is I just want to, like I said, challenge you that in goal setting, because me standing here is a goal of mine, in that as a publicist, I'm usually behind the scenes. This is not what I do. But in 2018, I had a goal for myself to do something different, step out of my comfort zone. So this is my first time leaping out of my comfort zone. So thank you. So even in terms of like the acting, singing, products, organization, any of that, I think you have a small goal, because I'm a visual person, so I like to check things off the list. You know, so the first goal might be, okay, this week she said clean up social media. That's real easy, real simple, check. You know, and then it may be something like, as far as acting, like, okay, she mentioned a monologue. Okay, I need to do, if you're normally doing comedy, try drama. Again, something that's going to stretch you and challenge you to do something you've never done before. More likely than not, you're going to be like, wow, even if you don't love it, at least you can say you've done it. As a singer, like I said, don't, if YouTube like terrifies you right now, don't do that, but still do a video so that one day when you get there, you'll be ready to post it. You know what I'm saying? To kind of take baby steps to get you there. So that one, and then with you, I was thinking about your organization. Another key thing that I do with my clients is networking. You have to get outside in order to bring them in. So I've already talked to your mom about some of the events that you guys may attend, just to get out there a little bit, because how do they know you have this great organization if you don't meet them where they're at? So that's just some things, again, just little things, nothing too crazy, nothing too earth-shattering that's gonna cost you any money or anything, but just something personal goals. You don't have to tell anybody. If you guys want to share within the group to make each other accountable, that's cool. But sometimes, even if it's just for yourself to know that you've done something that you normally wouldn't do, so that you, because you guys are young, this is amazing. I wish we would have known, like, to have this much courage at this age to say, I'm going to do this because, you know, and then with social media and all that stuff out there, it is kind of scary, because you will get those people that really will not be excited about it. But again, I just encourage you guys to come together. When you see your sister hurting, please open up to her. That's another thing in our community that we don't do. We don't talk enough. We don't share, especially as women. We do so much, and we don't talk. Well, see, I got somebody right here. Every day. We talk every day. Every day. Some days about nothing, some days about everything. But have somebody that you can just vent to and know that it's not going to go anywhere else. Because, again, you guys are in high school. Get it? Don't get mad and then tell all the business. That's not cool. Just understand, if you say saving your sister, then save her. When she needs saving, save her. Sometimes it can just be a broken nail, but sometimes it can be something you have no idea of what she's really dealing with. So thank you for having me, the OKelly Factor, Ms. Burrows.
Thank you, ladies.
And now we're going to have, Miss Ladies, Sierra, come on up with your product and share with the ladies what you got going on.
Again.
You're going to have to talk up. Now, you know we live. I forgot to tell y'all we live.
Yeah, hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a part of a campaign called the Now We Know campaign. I just think it's really important to share as women because that's what we go through. So, yeah, me and my dad, we travel across the country sharing this campaign. We think it's really important. It's called the Now We Know campaign. Yeah, some of the testimonials we've got about the campaign are just really life-changing. So, you guys know what this is, right?
Yeah.
Everybody know what this is?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, for those that might not see online, can you tell them what that is?
This is a sanitary napkin.
Okay.
Now, question. Why do they call it a sanitary napkin when it's half open? It doesn't make sense. How is it sanitary when it's half open? Look. So we're just gonna break it open. Now the reason it's half open is because the chemicals in it would actually cause a reaction in it because it's so manufactured that they have to keep it open.
Yeah, I keep somebody.
Yeah, and keep that open. Okay.
You need to sit it right there? Would that help if you sit it right there?
Yeah, I guess so. Thank you. Now, so right here, it says it is a 10-hour absorption system. 10 hour. Who has actually worn this for 10 hours?
Never.
No one. Never. That, like, you can't, in the most dire situations, maybe, but it just doesn't happen like that. So, yeah. Now, this is the Cherish Premium Sanitary Napkin.
Okay.
Fully closed, sanitary. We're gonna open it up, and I'm gonna place it right next to this one.
It's a lot thinner too.
Huh?
I said it's a lot thinner too.
Yeah. A lot thinner and a lot more comfortable. Now,
Let's do it.
So when did you guys start? You said a year ago you guys been working with this?
about 2 years now.
Okay.
About 2 years now.
Feel the difference.
Okay, one,
So, which one would you guys say is softer?
thick one. The one kind of feels softer.
Okay.
Okay, now,
No, I can't open it.
open it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, are these like natural or something? Oh, okay. I like it.
So yeah, the biggest thing we want as women on our time of the month is to be dry and comfortable. And quite frankly, that's not being readily provided for us. So usually during that time of the month, we exude about 15 to 50 milliliters. So I'm gonna put in 50 milliliters. And I'm gonna pour it on the most popular pad.
And that's the most popular one. That's not Cherish.
No.
Okay.
Scared.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's the regular one, the commercial one.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna do it again on the Cherish Premium Sanitary.
That's exactly how mine started. You said that it's blue.
So yeah, for this one to be so small and like take this much, that's
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, hold this right.
So where can they kind of find that information about Cherish? And
You can go to shefeelsbetter.com if you want to know more,
Mhm.
but there's just some good information for you guys and get that.
Okay.
No, she's gonna show you. Open it up.
I like it. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take this napkin, I'm gonna place it on the store-bought pad. And look at that. Now, this is saying that it's gonna get you dry and comfortable for 10 hours. Okay?
Yeah.
So now, I'm gonna place another one on the Cherish Premium Sanitary Napkin.
Oh, wow.
And I'm pushing down very hard.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Y'all wanna
try
try
it.
it?
What?
And it feels good. Oh my gosh.
Try it.
Wow.
You can hardly get a drop out of it.
So there definitely is a difference.
Yes. And this one is a lot smaller too. It's a lot softer, it's more comfortable. Yeah.
That is amazing. I thought that one was bigger.
Exactly.
So I'm just gonna break it down for you guys. And this is the top layer of the store-bought. Like this.
And then separate it.
Now, with this, what do you guys think this is?
It's like tissue to toilet paper, not toilet paper, but like absorbent kind of thing. Thingy.
Any guesses?
Something you wrap. I can't explain it. Paper towel.
We get cotton a lot, but actually that's not what it
I
is.
think it's something where you hold the pieces together.
You said, what is that?
Like the material.
Oh, what type of, that, is it like plastic or something?
I know, right?
It kind of feels like
This
it
is
has some
it
sort of
feels like-
like
it looks like
plastic
a
or
gauze.
rubber or
yeah,
something.
it's a
gauze.
synthetic material. Yeah, it's made of rayon. Yeah, so that's actually an irritant that when you rub this across your skin, it can get very irritating. So this is their absorbency system. This has blue dye on it. Who knows what happens to dye when it gets heated and wet?
It bleeds.
It bleeds. It bleeds. So think about this on one of the most sensitive areas of your body. That's literally bleeding dye in your bloodstream. That it can't be right. It's not right. So yeah. Now going back into this.
This is life changing. I ain't using those no more. Me neither.
It's supposed to be cotton.
Oh,
Supposed to be cotton, but actually it's not. Can anybody guess what this is?
tissue. It look like tissue.
Well, as part of it, it's actually recycled newspaper and trash
What?
from landfill.
Okay. Hold on, wait. What are those called? 'Cause I can buy that.
Wait a minute.
Recycled trash from landfill. That it doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put this in the cup with the least amount of water.
I am done.
Take that and put it right there.
Explain what that is.
Now this. Feel that. What does it feel like?
It's like cotton.
No, the back part.
Oh, the back.
Uh-huh.
That's sticky. It's like tape.
Yeah, that's actually what it's made of. It's made of like a duct tape grade adhesive.
Like adhesive, just
Yeah.
They
regular.
put tape and they combined it with
And look at
The
that.
so-called tissue.
That literally feels like a garbage
Yeah, so
bag.
we can like make
So
that
you-
from household products.
You're literally taking the
Feels like a
recycled
garbage
trash and putting it in a garbage bag. Like, that's not right at all.
You have more accidents with that one because it's so small.
I'm just
No.
looking at
It seems if it probably you probably think so.
No.
Smaller pads
Okay.
work better.
I only wear, yeah.
the only reason why I wear tampons is because
She said something about tampons.
I
I
think
said
it's because it's heavy. That's the only
I
reason
have
I
it.
did.
Yeah.
I said I only wear tampons when I dance, or like recitals.
Or when I swim.
I don't really do tampons.
She's gonna explain it
So
to you.
now we're gonna take the first layer off of this
How
one.
many layers is in it?
Oh, it's real.
Isn't it about 8, 9? And yeah, we're gonna put that to the side. We're gonna talk about that later. Now, this actual cotton, very breathable. Actual cotton, very breathable. Natural, organic, not like recycled trash.
And even like the way it moves looks
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't feel
Is
it.
it stretching?
She's like, wait.
Yeah.
Well, so why couldn't they use
Oh,
those
okay.
for the thick ones?
She's gonna explain it to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm a very anxious person. I like to.
So now we're gonna go on to this layer. This is actually a layer of air laid paper, so it's all natural and very breathable. Now, inside here is the absorbency system. Okay, that is all natural, medical grade polymer.
Oh, it turns into jelly.
Uh huh.
Like, whoa.
We didn't even think about
Look at the cup.
We're gonna put this in the cup with the most amount of water. Just gonna put that in there.
I can't even get to touch
And
it.
now to the bottom layer. So, what do you guys remember about the other cup?
It was like tape. It was made tape. Yeah. It was like fake.
Yeah, it's very
Wow.
breathable.
Like, really, y'all really want to know? Okay.
Listen,
So air can pass through. Now,
show it to them again. They didn't get that point.
We did.
Show it
it
to
has
them.
strips in them
See those 4 strips?
Yeah, I see it.
so that air can pass through.
Oh, okay. So
And it's breathable.
separated.
Unlike the garbage bag, this is breathable. And look, this is
Biodegradable.
This is the secret to the premium chair scented. This is an allergy strip. So what it does is it fights off
What
odor.
does it have in
Has negative ions in
it?
it.
Tell them.
Has negative ions in it. These actually improve mood. And
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
you guys listen.
Oh, I need that.
Guess what?
Look, can we
They didn't hear you. They didn't hear you.
Release cramps. Release cramps. We have some people that tell us that
No,
cramps are
tell them
gone.
again. They didn't hear you.
Relieves cramps.
Okay, give me some.
Please,
I'm gonna need some.
that their cramps are completely
I
gone.
was wondering what that was. I thought it was like
What else?
A decorative piece.
What else does that do?
Relieves odor. Removes cramps.
How does it relieve odor? What does it do?
Oh, it fights the bacteria.
Kills bacteria.
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go back to our cups of water.
Bring them over here. That's fine. Come on. Sit them down.
How
Sit 'em
long
down.
would you say this one has been soaking in the water?
Longer than that one for sure.
5 to
At least 5-10 minutes.
Look at that. Look at that. That's how does that keep you comfortable and dry?
It does.
How? It doesn't. It doesn't.
That looks like Italian ice.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
It's fluid. It's fluid. But you literally can't get a drop of water out of that.
So that just continues to
That look
absorb.
like a slushy.
Continues to absorb. Look at that.
Wow. It's nice.
Yeah.
It look like slushy.
Oh,
It does.
It does.
Gerald, these are like somebody on the live asked what they are.
Oh,
Cherish premium sanitary napkins from SheFeelsBetter.com.
all natural.
All natural.
It saved
All
our
natural.
lives. They saved our lives today. Everywhere around the world.
She's everywhere around the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna let my dad come up and speak for a little bit.
Okay, guys, so you guys, although I will never ever be able to use those, right?
Lucky you.
Yeah, right? But the thing of it is every father, every man is connected to a woman in some way. And when it comes down to it, the better y'all feel, the better we feel.
Right.
Okay? I do not want my daughter, my wife, any woman in my life that I'm connected to be going through pain when they don't have to be going through chemicals that these manufacturers are putting in your product that you guys are unaware of. That's why it's called Now We Know. So now we know what's going on. The way that we bring in attention to this campaign, we're doing 5K walks. We did one in Atlanta at Grant Park, had over 1,000 people come. We're doing one next month in Orlando, Florida, guys. So we're bringing attention, awareness, right? But this movement, this campaign, and this cherished product line comes in day, night, overnight, and liners, right? So I know there's some women in the room saying, hey, I'm past that month. What I'm going to tell them is two things. First off, you're connected to a lot of girls that still are, that need this product in their life. And second off, we have testimonials that our liners have been removing hot flashes, back pains, because what it does is it helps with like inflammatory or inflammation. It helps with that, helps improve your mood. So did any of you all have any questions about what you saw today? Okay.
I was wondering if we can get them we can get the name. Yeah, I was wondering if we're gonna get it for free.
Oh yes, you have, every one of you guys in here are going to get a sample of the product line. We have the product here.
You can do
Yep,
that.
you can pass them out here. Right? So you will get a free pack today. I mean, not a pack. You will get a free sample.
They was like,
If you want a pack, ask me. I got some available. I brought some emergency just in case you guys need.
I had people on my video asking questions. They want to know how they can find them, like where you guys online.
Okay, so yes, we're online at shefeelsbetter.com. But this is the great thing about this, guys. We are a brand new company, and we need ambassadors. We need ambassadors, right? So if you have any type of influence, if you know any women that could use this product that is at home suffering right now and don't have the answer, we need ambassadors to come join with us and get this campaign out, and also